Hello, everyone, and welcome to Outside Interference into episode number 16 of our Academy series. It is currently January of 2034, and we did have a pretty explosive year. I took a brief look before recording this episode, and I gotta say, we got a lot of stuff going this year. Lots of new signings, lots of new championships, and a lot of matches. But before we get into that, let's go through the awards. Wrestler of the Year is Levy Cooper. Company of the Year is WWE. Team of the Year is the Nature Boys. Match of the Year is Andrew Everett defeating Levy Cooper. Show of the Year is WWE Clash of Champions. Veteran Wrestler is Kazuki Hashimoto. Female Wrestler is Mandy Leon. Most Improved Company of the Year is Revolution Grupo. Independent Wrestler is Navy Blue. Manager is Matt Seidel. Announcer is Darren Gergel. Color commentator is Portia Perez, and referee is Takayuki Yagi. So let's go ahead and get into the mail. Jacob Wolf extended his deal with ILO. French Sensation extended his deal with Smash, and then he finished his tour with New Japan. Sam Barron relocated to the Great Lakes region. Jacob Wolf finished his tour with DDT, and then Noah offered him a touring deal, which he accepted. Two-Face extended his deal with Smash, and French Sensation extended his with C4. Junior Scorpio signed with New Japan, which was something that I predicted, or at least hoped for, because he wasn't getting anything in WXW. He was actually down to a mid-carder earlier this year, but he is a main eventer in New Japan now, so hopefully he'll get his hands on a title in New Japan. I mean, there's certainly a lot to go around. So it shouldn't be too much longer until Junior Scorpio gains gold in Japan, and he leaves WXW, of course. Jacob Wolf extended his deal with TWF. Tiger Dream extended her deal with GWG. French Sensation signed a written deal with New Japan, so not just a touring deal. So he will join Junior Scorpio. Looks like they had a bit of a signing initiative. Maybe Junior Scorpio put in a good word for his fellow graduate. At least that's what I like to think. French Sensation, of course, leaves Smash and C4. Jacob Wolf finished his tour with Noah, and then he got an offer from DDT. So Jacob Wolf is a pretty hot commodity in Japan right now. Rogan Bennet signs with SCWL. Walter Wall signs with ICW, and Two-Face extended his deal with C4. So as you can see, we had a ton of signings. Lots of people went to Japan. Walter Wall finally went to ICW, which is probably one of the top 5 biggest companies in the world right now, maybe even top 3. So that is certainly a really good thing for him. We'll see how he did in his first year. Or actually, really just like first month, because he was signed at the end of November. But let's go ahead and get into that and the rest of the matches. And first we have Alex Reynolds, still yet to be signed, and I feel like that boat might have passed. 2 wins, 0 draws, 1 loss. Highest rating 20, average rating 18. Nothing very spectacular. He did face Gabriel Kidd, a WCPW original. If you watched that back before, it was Defiant. Next up, Rogan Bennet, currently an opener with SCWL and a lower mid-carder with GWG. 2 wins, 0 draws, 2 losses. And she did have a chance at the GWG National Tag Team titles with Diva. Obviously not a fantastic year, but at least she got booked and has a contract. She also faced Tiger Dream, who she lost to by countout, so that is another chapter in their story. Next up is Dragon Fist. He is currently a mid-carder with WWE and 168 on the Power 500. He had a pretty good year, 8 wins, 0 draws, 14 losses, highest rating 72 against Drew McIntyre, average rating 58. He had no title shots this year, which is very disappointing. I guess his tag team with, Argus, is no longer because they didn't have a single match together. It didn't look like, at least. So hopefully Dragon Fist can get back to, title contention sooner rather than later. But at least he is putting on good matches right now. So next up, Frank Youngblood, currently number 70 on the Power 500. That is certainly a jump. Last year he was only 215, and before that he had never been ranked. So Global Force Wrestling is certainly doing very well for him. It's crazy to think that their lower mid-carders give 70 ratings in the Power 500. So it seems like Global Force Wrestling is making a push to become the premier wrestling promotion in the world right now. And he did actually have at least one title shot for the grand title, but he did lose. and that seems like it was about it, but 13 wins, 4 draws, 29 losses. Highest rating a 79, average rating a 63, and it looks like he is in a tag team called the Oppression with Shamuel. Shamuel? I really don't know how to say that, but it's interesting that in his only 2 tag teams, it's called the Oppression and the Order. So maybe next is the Oligarchy? I'm not really sure. He seems to have a theme going right now. Next up, French Sensation, rated 393 on the Power 500, and currently an opener with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He had 37 matches, only getting 3 wins, but a highest rating of 58 and an average rating of 44. I think just being signed by New Japan is an achievement for him, and we'll see how he does in the future, but as of right now, he's pretty much just a jobber. Moving on to Jacob Wolf, currently the ILO National Tag Team Champion, and he has probably had the most successful career in terms of gold, and his match history definitely reflects that. 31 wins, 2 draws, 45 losses. I guess that's what you get when you go on tour with a bunch of touring companies. But highest rating 51, average rating 33. And actually, let me check something. I want to see if he has never had a championship in Japan, unfortunately. But he has had quite a few shots, so that shouldn't be too far away. Maybe as soon as he gets a written contract, he'll be able to get to that level, but as of right now, I'm sure he's not too mad with getting paid near 80 times a year. Moving on to Junior Scorpio, a New Japan main eventer, rated 125 on the Power 500. That is a decrease from his previous ranking, but 18 wins, 1 draw, 20 losses, highest rating 74, average rating 58. He joined New Japan in July, and he hasn't had any title shots since, but he has had quite a few wins. Actually, let me take a look at that. 15 wins, 1 draw, 10 losses, so he's done very well for himself, at least in terms of wins. Hopefully that can translate to title victories sooner rather than later, and it looks like he has a rivalry / tag team with Jinzo, so that's interesting. Next up, Sam Barron, enhancement talent for WWE. Don't think he's going to be climbing anytime soon because 0 wins, 0 draws, 5 losses. Although highest rating 77, average rating 69. Don't think he had enough matches to be ranked on the Power 500, but he is certainly a really good enhancement guy if he's putting up numbers like that. Next up, Tiger Dream, GWG #1 contender champion, and she had a hell of a lot of matches. 24 wins, 3 draws, 23 losses, highest rating being a 46, average rating being a 38, and she had a lot of the same match, like from here to there. That's pretty much the same thing all over the place. But at least she has had quite a few title shots, and of course her 1 title reign. And actually she did have 2 championships this year, the SCWL Tag Team Championship from January to August of last year with Natsumi Maki. So definitely a good year for Tiger Dream, maybe even the best year of her career. But next up, Two-Face. Currently doesn't have a title, but he is an upper mid-carder with both Smash and C4. So hopefully he can finally get some wins. And 6 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses. That's not too bad. He did get 2 title shots at the tag team titles in both of his respective companies. Highest rating 44, average rating 37. A pretty decent year. Hopefully he can get signed to a touring company so he can get more matches, because that's really the only thing I think is holding him back right now. And we'll go ahead and move on to Walter Wall, a mid-carder in ICW, and 6 wins, 0 draws, and 0 losses. So he's only had 2 matches in ICW, but they were both wins, and a highest rating of 54, average rating 35. So this was a pretty great year for Walter Wall, at least in terms of record, obviously. I think this is the first time we've had someone go undefeated, at least with more than 2 matches. So great year for Walter Wall. Good to see him getting on a bit of a win streak in his ICW career. We'll see how long that lasts in the next episode. But for right now, that's pretty much going to do it for us. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to check out the Outcast. That should have come out already, but it might not have because I might have screwed up something somewhere. That's probably what happened, honestly. But if you did like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
All's quiet on the western front, except me and my weird friend on that rattling hum. Live and direct, back in the saddle for once. Never tipped a cattle, but still tip it to castle come home. Oh, cowboy with the gold front grill power.